Hello, welcome back to another video. I am Cheryl here at the Made on Sunday studio, and I talk all about branding, design, and all things creative entrepreneurship here. So if you are building your very own business right now, then be sure to subscribe to follow along. In today's video, I am going to be going through how much I made on YouTube in 2022. I have officially been creating videos on this channel for over 2.5 years now. It's kind of crazy and insane to think about. Like, I started this project as a little project during COVID. I think I started my channel around June. I need to go back, but July, I think, of 2020. And it was started for my clients. Actually, I was doing branding for a lot of my clients, and a lot of my clients had a lot of questions about follow-up things regarding branding and design and websites. And so I would film these videos on common questions that my branding clients would ask me in a tutorial format, so that I don't have to basically record the same Loom video for them over and over again for multiple clients, because I realized that a lot of clients ask very similar questions. So that's kind of how this channel started, and honestly, that is still how I get most inspired to create content on this channel. I'm still working with branding and website clients, and now questions are just getting more and more complicated and interesting, and so that's usually where my content ideas really are inspired by. But it's been 2.5 years now, and 2022 was actually the first year I got monetized for the full year. And so I thought it would be fun to sit down today with a cup of tea and just talk about my year in business, my year being on YouTube, what happened, what kind of content I was creating, and just how that reflected in how much I got paid on YouTube. And so I know I don't film a lot of this. I realize that most of my videos here on YouTube are very much tutorial based. And so looking at my content, I guess like beginning of the year, I was just reviewing my content of last year, and I realized that you guys probably have no idea who I really am and anything about like my business or even a little bit about my personal life. So I really want to make more of an effort this year to not only film tutorials, but also videos kind of like this, where I just like sit down and kind of talk through how my year went, what happened behind the scenes, just so you guys have like an insight into a little bit more about my life and my business outside of just my tutorials. So anyways, that was a very long intro just to say, let's review my 2022 YouTube income. All right, welcome to my laptop. We are in the analytics of my YouTube channel, and I've actually filtered it to July 1st, 2020 until December 31st of 2021, because I just wanted to like give you a lay of the land of what happened in pretty much like my first year and a half of being on YouTube, which was not much. So I actually started my channel here on July 4th, I believe. So July 4th of 2020, right smack in the middle of COVID, I was like, you know what? I am going to start a YouTube channel. I wasn't getting any clients. I basically just kind of started my business. So I was like, you know, I just want to do something, give something a try. And this was a time when a lot of my clients had, you know, some questions about tutorials on certain things. Like, for example, my first few videos was how to set up your brand kit on Canva, something that I typically do for my clients, but I can just now send them basically this video for them to set it up themselves. So I very inconsistently basically just uploaded when I wanted to. As you can see, there were lots of gaps. I mean, I'm actually surprised that I filmed this many videos. I think I had 27 videos during this time, which is definitely not a lot for a year and a half, but more than I expected myself to do, because I really didn't start this channel with the idea that I would make money on it, with the idea that it was going to become anything like significant. It was really more just for fun, to have another creative outlet, again, to film these videos for my clients so that I don't have to teach every single one of them, separately for anything like branding and website specific. So it took, I think, about a year and a half before I actually got monetized on November 4th of 2021. And as you can see here, I actually stopped posting after August 20th of 2021. So there was like a good, let's see, September, October, November, almost 2 to 3 months here gap, where I didn't post anything at all. I think I personally just this summer was kind of a doozy. My business wasn't going very well on the client side. I had almost no clients, and so I filmed more videos during this period of time. But I guess clients started to come in when September hit. So then I just ran out of time, I guess, to film on YouTube, or kind of lost my motivation to start filming, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's been over a year at this point. I've been posting quite a few videos in my standards, and I haven't made a single cent on YouTube. So I was like, I think I just gave up at that point. Luckily on November 5th, I actually hit my 1,000 subscribers. So I had no problems getting views. I think you need 4,000 watch hours. That's not the problem I had. I actually couldn't hit my subscribers, I believe. Let me think. Yeah, I think so. And so anyways, I hit my numbers, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours on November 5th, and I finally got monetized. So throughout this period, I got paid, at the lowest around $1.77, and at the highest actually almost $6 here. Let's see if this was, I think this was, $7.55. Wow, that was a really good day. And so I was honestly surprised. And as you can see, this is the power of YouTube and long form content, is you can continue making money and actually somehow start a revenue stream, even if you don't post for 2 to 3 months. So I thought that was extremely cool at that time. I had no idea how this was consistently money coming in, even though I put no effort into it. I posted nothing during that time. And so anyways, that was until December 31st, 2021. All right, Q1 2022. I started off this quarter actually very busy with client work. And so I just continued. Well, okay, to be fair, this whole time up until this point in my career, in my business career, 100% of my income was coming from client work, right? I haven't been paid a cent. Well, I've been paid $100 in 2 months of being on YouTube from the previous year. And so this whole time I'm I'm putting my time where I'm getting paid, essentially. And so in January, I actually landed a very big client. So that project went on for pretty much nearly the whole month. And so I didn't film any YouTube videos at all. I pretty much took a break for almost 4 months in total. And so, the views continued to gather, I guess. People kept watching those first 27 videos that I've posted. So things were pretty steady, to be honest, on my YouTube channel. So I just didn't feel necessarily the urgency to post. But finally, that big project that I was talking about in January ended, and I had some free time a couple of weeks before my next project started. So I actually, this is the period of time where I actually pre-batched almost all of these videos that you see here. I think I probably filmed all of these in 2 days. I think I batch filmed probably 3 videos at a time. And most of these videos, let's see, I posted one in January, by the end of January, and then almost once a week in February, and then 2 more in March. So not bad, to be honest. I think this was the time when I actually created my Notion YouTube content calendar space. And that actually helped me a lot in staying more consistent and batch filming my videos. Previously, I think I was just writing my scripts on like a Google Doc or something like that. And that way of organizing my videos was just not working. Ever since I moved on to Notion, and I actually have a video about how I use Notion to create my content for YouTube. So if you want to head to that video, I'm going to link it above. But this is the time when I finally like got my shit together and I was like, I am going to get organized on YouTube and get more serious. One of my biggest goals for 2022 at that time, and not just at that time, like pretty much the whole year, was to grow my passive income streams in my business, because I know my one-on-one services cannot serve me forever. And I really wanted to diversify my revenue in my business. And I knew that YouTube was one of those spaces that I was getting a little bit of traction. I was getting paid a little bit, like even a couple dollars a day helps. And so I really wanted to see if being more consistent in 2022 will help me basically achieve that goal of like slow growth within YouTube. And it did. So, I mean, views continue to kind of increase like a little bit over time. As you can see here, I had about like 100 to 300 views a day. And then during this period of time, I had 20,000 views. I had 1.4 thousand watch time hours, which was really amazing. And during this period, so remember, this is by the quarter, so 485 new subscribers during this time. And in total, I made $531 during this time. So to split that out, I made $164 in January. This is all in USD, by the way. $163 in February, and just a tiny bit more growth, $202 in March. And that honestly like blew my mind away. Like I had no idea in like the first couple of months making money on YouTube would even make me like $100 to $200, and seeing that like incremental growth a little bit every month really motivated me. So in March, I did land another big client, so I was really busy in March. I actually went to Lisbon during that time too in my business. So one of the reasons why I wanted to, grow my passive income streams during this year was, number one, family planning, because I know in the next couple of years I want to start a family. But also, I'm an expat in Amsterdam, and I moved here when like COVID hit. And so while my, actually right before COVID hit is when we moved here with the intention of traveling Europe. And honestly, that just never happened since we moved here. And we knew that 2022 would be a big travel year for us. We travel nearly every month or every other month. And so in March, we went to Lisbon, and so I was really busy with both client work and just travel in general, so it looks like I didn't post anything at all. Now let's head into revenue during this time. As I said, during this quarter, I made $531 in total, and my RPM and PBC, playback-based CPM, was actually really, really high. Like throughout my whole YouTube career, I would say these numbers, I've never seen numbers this high in most YouTube channel like videos like this I have seen in the past. So in case you don't know, CPM is basically what advertisers are paying. So per 1,000 views, I believe. And your RPM is what's left over after YouTube takes its cut. And these numbers can range like from, from the dollars or even the cents up until like pretty much, these are pretty high. I don't know. I don't know if this number can go up to 100 or not, but these numbers are very high on that scale. And so I'm not exactly sure why, but your CPM is determined by the topic that you're talking about on YouTube. From what I've heard, finance channels actually have the highest CPMs of all. And so my channel is not CPM. I mean, it's not finance based, but it is business based kind of content. So I do talk a lot about tech tools like, Canva and Skillshare and Illustrator and Flowdesk and that kind of stuff. And so I guess because my channel is more business focused and it does have some, I guess this video is more finance focused, it does kind of drag my CPM up a little bit higher than the average, like let's say vlog channel. And it also depends on your demographic. So I am in my 30s. And so I think a lot and majority of my viewers are around my age, like 20s to high 30s, maybe even their 40s. And so the older your audience or your demographic is, you also have a higher CPM. So luckily my channel, even though I don't get very many views, like each video maybe gets on average like 300 to 500 views, and then some will blow up and get a couple thousand. But generally speaking, I think my channel has pretty low views, which I'm trying to work on. But even though I have low views, I get paid quite a bit per thousand, and I think that's why that's reflected in my revenue dollars every month, which is pretty great because as long as I can work on views, I can almost guarantee that I can probably push my revenue up pretty quickly. All right, Q2 of 2022. So this quarter, it was very quiet on my one-on-one business side. So for any of my branding clients, design clients, I don't know what it was with this month, but it was so quiet. Like I almost had I had a couple of smaller client projects, but because of that, I had lots of time to film YouTube videos. And so my channel actually grew a little bit more this quarter, and having these slower, quieter seasons in my business allowed me to, allocate more time into my passive income streams. So this quarter, I actually tried to post almost every week. I think I managed to post about 3 to 4 videos every month, which is the most consistent I've ever been. Honestly, having my Notion database for content creation helps so much. I think for most of these months, they were batch created. So every end of the month, I would basically batch create for the next month, and then I would kind of film everything in one day and then kind of edit either 1 or 2 videos every week to kind of pre-schedule them ahead of time. Now, during this month, I gained 27,000 views, 2.3 thousand watch hours. I gained 687 subscribers, and in total, I made $806. Now, remember, this is by the quarter. So broken down, in April, I made $212. In May, I made $290. So slowly it is increasing. And by June, I made $304. So this was actually so encouraging for me because I was definitely seeing this slow growth, which is what I love about my business. I mean, who doesn't love to go viral? maybe one day. But honestly, just seeing this incremental growth on my channel really was very motivating and encouraging to me. And the fact that I can make $300 in 1 month just by like, you know, filming these videos that I love to film was very, very encouraging. So I would say, let's see, on a low day, I would make like $2.55. And the highest I made this month was $20.63. My RPM was $29 and my playback base CPM was $62. So it was a little bit higher this month, this quarter. And again, I really like, the only reason, like my views aren't very high. Like I still only get about, you know, 300 to 400 views a day, which is not very much at all. But because my RPM and CPM numbers are so high, I was able to make like a decent chunk of change on YouTube. Let's see, this quarter, I again was very, very free in April, May, but I actually did so much traveling. I think in May we went to Italy. So we went to Rome and Florence. And then by June, I think around mid-June, we headed home to Vancouver, Canada. And we were there for nearly 3 weeks. So a lot of this was, again, pre-batch content so that I can schedule it week by week. Thank God for that system. And so even though I was kind of like in and out traveling about, I was still able to push content out. During this time, I created a lot of content about Canva. I actually launched it was May 11th when I launched my first Skillshare class during this time. So I guess Skillshare was my other passive income stream that I was really trying to put a lot of effort into in 2022. So I would just say like last year was just a lot of filming and editing during this time. And every time I have free space on my calendar from client work, I would basically just like put all of that time into creating courses and also filming for YouTube. Now, one thing I haven't really talked about is during this whole time, my top earning video is this video right here, how to create a fillable interactive PDF workbook. I think up until today, it is still my #1 video. And this video was actually filmed in August of 2020. So it's insane that a video that I filmed like nearly 3 years ago now is still my #1 video. What they say is like 20% of your effort goes into 80% of your outcome. And it's absolutely true. For my YouTube channel, like I think as you can see, most of my income is made by like 2 or 3 of my top videos. So since this video did really well, I did refilm it in 2022. I think sometime here, I think I filmed this updated video, and you know what? It actually worked, and there were a lot of updates on PDF Escape. So yeah, I don't know. It's so funny. Like these 2 videos are nearly about the same thing. It's just a more updated video, and it was making like majority of the money on my channel during that time. All right, we are at Q3 of 2022. During this month, I was in Vancouver for the majority of the beginning of July. So because of that, I obviously wasn't at my studio, so I couldn't film. I took most of my time when I was back at home in Vancouver with my family off because I wanted to spend that quality time with them. So I really didn't work for a majority of like that beginning of July timing. During that time, when I did come back though, I was like, okay, you know what? I gotta get my shit together and start filming again. And starting in like August 23rd. Oh, you know what was happening during this time? And when I came back from Vancouver, I actually started working and completing my second Skillshare class. So during this time, I really only filmed like two video here because I was working on my Skillshare class for most of end of July and early August. And then by the end of August, I finally launched that class, second Skillshare class. And then I was like, okay, things are easing up again. I have time to film again. And so I pre-batched for August and September. And so right during this like end period of Q3, I finally kind of felt like I was more in the groove of like creating content. I kind of understood how I can, basically my whole like YouTube filming and editing process got a lot faster. And so I was just able to, be more consistent with my posting schedule. So that's kind of what happened in Q3. During this time, I had 47,000 views. We had 3,500 watch time hours. We gained 1,000 subscribers during this quarter, and I made $1,216 during this quarter. So quite a big jump from the previous quarter. And I think it really is due to just consistency, to be honest. When people say like YouTube is about the long game, about consistency, they are 100% right. And when you put the work in like week over week, you're going to start seeing like it pay back. So that was really, really cool to watch. Split out by month, in let's say July, I made $339. In August, a little bit more at $420. And then in September, just a little bit more at $456. So honestly, like at this time, I was like, wow, this is so awesome. The whole July, I did not post at all, and I still saw some incremental growth. And then month by month, like I'm just seeing like as long as I just keep putting like the work in and consistently posting, I will see incremental growth every month. And I've seen other people who have filmed these types of videos like see their revenue kind of fluctuate up and down quite a bit. Like some months they might be making $1,000 and other months I might be making like $200. This wasn't the case for my channel for some reason. Like my views are pretty consistent in general. And I think it's due to the nature of the type of videos that I post. My videos, most of my content are like how-to videos. They're very much SEO based videos. I don't think I have a huge fan base. And if you are and you watch all of my videos, then let me know in the comments below. Like I don't see you out there and I would love to get to know you a bit more. But I think most of the people who watch my channel are because they found me through searching for my video topics. All of my videos are very searchable, SEO based kind of content. And so I think that's why my views are generally quite consistent. I don't know. That's just my hypothesis. But during this time, my RPM was $25 and my CPM was a little bit lower than last quarter at $56, which is still like really, really high. It's insane. And it's the same. I think it's the same two videos that are taking 1 and 2 spot during this quarter. So that is Q3. Okay, we are finally at Q4 of 2022. Now, this quarter started off with a lot of traveling again. We had some friends visit from Vancouver in this like early October timeframe, and we actually not only showed them around Amsterdam, but we also went on a group trip to Sardinia, Italy. And so I took pretty much 2 weeks fully off during this time from YouTube, and I didn't really do much. And so when I came back from Italy, I actually implemented a new like package for my branding and design business, and they are called intensives. So instead of doing a regular branding project or web project, which would typically take about a month time, I implemented intensives that would only take pretty much 1 or 2 days to implement. So I can complete a whole brand in about 1 to 2 days and a whole 1-page landing page in 1 day as well. And so because of that, I was able to free up a lot of my time in the rest of the year. So instead of booking up projects that took like months of my time, I started booking projects that took a day. And so because of that, I was able to actually spend more time on YouTube. And as you can see here, I was incredibly consistent during this quarter. I almost nearly posted once a week. It's pretty great. I'm really proud of myself. And I actually, in October, kind of tested out some shorts as well, which, to be really honest, shorts and short form content is something that I'm still learning and trying to get used to. I love long form content like this because I can be as detailed and thorough as I need to be. Creating short form content requires a lot of editing, and editing is not my most favorite thing to do. And so while I did try it and it was, easier than expected, I still do enjoy doing long form content more, but I think I might still try to dabble into doing more of these shorts in 2023. Anyways, during this month, I had 54,000 views, 4,000 watch time hours. I gained 1,300 subscribers, and I made a total of $1,744. And honestly, the numbers are just, incrementally growing. I wouldn't say it's like a total massive growth, but I think the money reflects the effort that I put into the channel. So I'm really, really happy with these results. If we go deeper into the revenue month by month, in October, I made $552. In November, I made $620. And in December, I made $571. So while there is a slight dip in December, which I'm not really sure why, it was still like very, very small growth over time. And hitting that $600 mark in a month, I was like, oh my gosh, like I really think this can continue to grow for me. And I am just very excited to see where this goes. So during this period, my RPM was $32 and my playback based CPM was $72, which is honestly pretty insane. Like, I don't know why my CPM is so high. I'm definitely not complaining because that just means that I don't need that many views to actually make, some money out of my videos. Again, no surprise. Actually, number 1 and number 2 video actually switched spots during this time. So my newer video about how to create a fillable PDF form actually now is performing better than the old one, which is a good thing because I really want people to watch the new version of it. So yeah, that's really interesting to see that like it's still the top 2 videos that make the most money on my channel. So that's pretty funny to see. But yeah, that is my last quarter. If we look at the whole year in total, in the total of 2022, I made $4,299 in total. My RPM was on average $28 and my CPM was on average $63. I am so happy with these numbers. I know $4,200 is not a lot of money, for sure. Like it can't pay for rent or anything like that. But it does help a bit. So, and I can see that there is growth over time. And if we go to the overview, you can definitely see that kind of growth in my channel over the months. And that's what I'm looking for. I actually honestly appreciate slow growth over going viral. I'm not sure. I know a lot of people say going viral on YouTube is the thing to do, but I can also see it causing a lot of stress and overwhelm for a lot of people. And having this kind of consistent growth over time is something that I appreciate right now. So if you are one of those 3,500 subscribers that subscribed to me last year. I just want to say thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. I cannot wait to see where this goes in 2023. And if anything, I'm just hoping that this is a motivation for anyone who is thinking about joining YouTube and creating videos for your channel. All right, and that is it. That is my 2022 YouTube income report. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below if that was lower or higher than expected. Honestly speaking, I feel like I am just so proud of where I have gotten my channel to in 2.5 years. I know everybody has an incredibly different YouTube journey, and I'm proud of where my journey has gone. I know it is pretty slow, but to be honest, I have been quite inconsistent with my content creation, especially in the first year and a half of creating videos. So the fact that I can get consistent income and consistently growing income from YouTube, I see so much potential and opportunity, and I'm just proud. I'm proud of myself. So I am looking forward to what 2023 will bring to my channel. One of my biggest goals for YouTube this year is to hit 10,000 subscribers. So if you enjoyed this video, I would be so grateful if you could like the video, maybe leave me a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you become one of my 10,000 subscribers, I would be so grateful for you. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I guess I will see you in the next one. All right, bye.